Live from Lincoln Center is made possible by a major grant from MetLife, the company that's committed to help you achieve financial freedom. Have you met life today? And with additional support from Thomas H. Lee and Ann Tenenbaum. The Robert Wood Johnson Jr. Charitable Trust, dedicated to enriching the lives of all Americans through medical research, education, and the arts. The Robert and Renee Belfer Family Foundation. The Fan Fox and Leslie R. Samuels Foundation. The Irene Diamond Fund. And the National Endowment for the Arts.
Stand by, everybody.
10 seconds to air.
10 seconds. Live from Lincoln Center, welcome to another in our series of live performances from the stages of Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts in New York City. I'm Fred Child. Tonight, we're very pleased to be joining Lincoln Center Theater for their Tony Award-winning Broadway musical, The Light in the Piazza. Written by Craig Lucas, with music and lyrics by Adam Gettle. The play was adapted from the 1960 novel by Elizabeth Spencer. Ted Sperling is the show's musical director. Staging of the musical numbers by Jonathan Butterill. And the play's director is Bartlett Shear. We're coming to you live from the Vivian Beaumont Theater at Lincoln Center. And now, backstage, here's our host, Beverly Sills.
Good evening and welcome, and I hope you're ready for a romance because it's getting ready for you right this minute. If I told you the basic plot of The Light in the Piazza, you might think you're in for a wonderful old-fashioned love story, and you would be wrong. A young woman from North Carolina is seeing Italy for the first time with her mother. Thanks to a moment in, you guessed it, a piazza, a boy and a girl see one another and fall in love. The love story is told in song, and the musical does not feature flamboyant effects or drummers or a trick ending in which it turns out that all the characters are vampires. They are people brought together by fate, and this musical tells their story. Now, old-fashioned love stories aren't supposed to generate the excitement that this one has, let alone a slew of Tony Awards. But just wait until you meet these characters. It's a love story, all right, as new and fresh and surprising and moving as you can imagine. And between the acts, we'll get to go backstage to meet the cast, who are just another group of professional actors, the way this is just another boy meets girl musical. And now it's time to see for ourselves what makes The Light in the Piazza so extraordinary.
Signore e signori, benvenuti al Teatro Vivian Beaumont e alla rappresentazione di oggi di The Light in the Piazza. Vi preghiamo di assicurarvi che i vostri cell phones e beepers siano spenti, sia ora che dopo l'intervallo. Inoltre, per evitare feedback, vi preghiamo di togliere o spegnere i vostri hearing aids se usate the infrared hearing device. Infine, se credete di avere bisogno di cough drops o caramelle durante lo spettacolo, per piacere, unwrap now. Grazie e buon divertimento.
Mother, what happened here?
What did happen here? I played a tricky game in a foreign country. What did I do?
Mother,
What happened here? Well, let's see. On a central square in a city of the sun rose a palace. It was high and handsome, gleaming like the crown of a king.
where would that be? Where is that?
In the tower, a warning bell would ring.
What kind of warning?
For a fire or river overflowing.
Oh,
Firenze, on a central square, the beginning of a kingdom republic.
was there a king? Was there a queen?
There were princes, painters, noblemen of logic and art.
Firenze,
Leonardo,
Michelangelo,
the start.
That's a completely naked statue.
'Twas a dawning day unfurling
From the heart, the painting of the world we know.
the world we know. On a central square in a city made of statues and stories.
Go on and tell me what they mean.
It ignited there like a beacon coming out of the dark. You can feel it.
You can feel it.
You can follow the spark.
We're on vacation.
From an age to an age.
From an age to an age.
In Firenze,
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 Firenze.
whose world. It started then and there, and here we are. It's a new old world to me. It's a new old world, and we are here. Your father and I took our honeymoon here before the war.
Really?
And this is my first time back. I think it's my favorite place on earth.
I can see why.
The openness, the light, and what else? From her sight on the great route from Upper Italy to Rome, she commanded the passage of the Arno. They call cities she here. I bet you didn't know that.
I bet she'd lose her bet.
Thanks to her great success in war and industry, wool, silk, furs, Florence became one of the foremost trading centers in all of Europe. In fact, the gold florina became widely recognized as the European.
On a central square.
In a city made of statues and stories. It ignited there like a beacon coming out of the dark.
You can feel it.
You can feel it.
You can follow.
You can follow.
You can feel it.
You can feel it.
You can follow.
You can follow the spark.
We're on vacation.
We're on vacation.
In Firenze.
Firenze, Firenze, whose world. It started then and there, and here we are. It's a new old world to me. It's a new old world, and we What else? Oh, this is interesting. A man Well, it isn't a very happy thought, but a man was burned to death. Right over there. A monk. Andiamo. Oh, there's the plaque. Oh, what's wrong?
It's still hot.
Come on.
Why was he burned to death?
Well, I'll tell you why, even though you love to torture me like that. He was a preacher who told them they were wicked for playing dice and musical instruments and reading certain books. Sounds like a Baptist. And they didn't like him for it.
I wouldn't either.
People were apt to be very cruel in those days, but they must feel sorry for it because they're still talking about it all these years later. All right, now don't wander off.
I won't.
Fabrizio Naccarelli.
Clara.
Clara, I said don't run. Oh, grazie. Very much.
Prego.
Here we go.
You make this. Mi dispiace, il suo nome non parlo English.
Not to worry, no problema.
Thank you.
Oh, you so very welcome. Miss Signora
Oh, this is my mother, Margaret Johnson.
Johnson, come Van Johnson.
Yes.
Oh, you are relatives.
No, unfortunately.
Oh.
Oops, we have an appointment. I'm sorry to have
What
to...
appointment?
Please, if you like, il mio shop in Piazza della Repubblica. How do you say? A big square. If I may please, arrive my shop. My English.
Why they think any of us will ever fall for this?
Via Stroziotto, capisce?
Yes.
Guanti, cravate, everything for the gentlemen's. Not for you, but for you husbands.
I don't have any husbands.
Signorina, forgive me.
Oh, brother. I'm afraid I will very much try to stop by your shop domani.
Yes, tomorrow.
See, tomorrow.
Tomorrow then.
My pleasure.
Mother, what's the name of the hotel where we're
Honestly, I
staying?
have to go to the bathroom, if you must know. Thank God he doesn't speak English.
Bathrooms are, yes, in cafe, lì.
Lì, mille grazie.
Si prego.
The Grant.
Clara.
The Grant Hotel.
Oh, si, the grand.
Oh, the Grant.
The friend of me is open the door for you suitcase.
Really? That's amazing. A monk was burned to death right where we're standing. Now, is that any way to treat the clergy?
Anyone meeting Clara for the first time usually finds this incredible. But, well, Clara is not... She's not quite as she seems. She's very young for her age, and I've managed in many tactful ways over the years to explain her and her situation to young men without wounding them. But, well, none of that should be necessary here. One would certainly hope. Never mind. Come, darling. Grazie again.
Si,
Ciao.
Grazie.
Ciao.
Mother, did you see that?
Yes, I've seen it before.
A hat do that.
No, not that.
Oh, what did you mean?
No, nothing. Come, there's a lot to see if we want to get it all in.
Uffizi, of course, means offices. The collection was left to the people of Florence by Anna Maria Lodovico, last of the Medicis. Here we see a late work by Fra Filippo Lippi, a monk famous for his misconduct. He painted his Madonnas to resemble the nuns he slept with. including the one who eloped with him and gave him a son. When his escapades brought him to financial ruin, he turned to forgery and extortion. Madonna with the angels.
Now, this is called the Michelangelo room. Oh, look at this angel. The way he's pointing like that. He or she is telling Mary she's going to have a baby, and God is the daddy. Yes, the Annunciation by Gurley and Dio. Oh, no, that's Leonardo.
It's almost noon. We said we would meet him.
Let's listen to what she has to say.
I told him I would be there.
I don't think we'll have time to go to his shop today, darling.
I
Don't you want
want
to? We can't always have what we want, Clara.
We seem to be having what you want.
We're extremely contrary today.
You treat me like an infant sometimes. Maybe you're the contrary
Clara,
one.
I told him we might come because I don't think we should make friends with him.
Why?
Because he has his own life here, and we have to go back home eventually.
I could ride
Remember
him.
how hard it was to leave Ronnie to come here?
Ronnie's a dog. Fabrizio's a boy.
Uh-huh. I thought you'd be happy to get away for once, and things are often hard.
Mother.
We can see about all that later. Now, shh, you're being rude. And this is interesting.
These are very popular in Italy. It's the land of naked marble boys. Something we don't see a lot in Winston-Salem. That's the land of corduroys. I'm just a someone in an old museum, far away from home as someone can go. And the beauty is I still meet people I know. Hello, this is wanting something, this is reaching for it, this is wishing that a moment would arrive. This is taking chances, this is almost touching what the beauty is. I don't understand a word they're saying. I'm as different here as different can be. But the beauty is I still meet people like me. Everyone's a mother here in Italy. Everyone's a father or a son. I think if I had a child, I would take such care of her. Then I wouldn't feel like one. I've hardly met a single soul, but I am not alone. I feel known. This is wanting something. This is praying for it. This is holding breath and keeping fingers crossed. This is counting blessings. This is wondering when I'll see that boy again. I've got a feeling he's just a someone too. And the beauty is when you realize someone could be looking for someone like you.
Ah, Clara,
Oh, Fabrizio!
il destino. How good. How good to see you, Clara.
Oh. Hello.
Anche lei, signora.
It is so good to see you.
Coincidenza, no? Sì?
No, see.
Tell me, Clara, are you... un momento, prego, mi scusi. Tell me, signora, are you free for lunch?
I'm sorry, we have plans.
Oh, wonderful. May I suggest a cafe for us?
I said we have other plans. I'm sorry. What plans? Ciao, Fabrizio.
Sì, I am sorry.
Ciao.
Ciao.
We'll come by your shop.
Il mondo era vuoto, le ombre lo riempivano, la luce non appariva mai. Clara, la luce nella piazza. Clara, mia luce, mio cor, ora che sono sveglio, all'ombra non può tornare. Non sapevo di sentirmi solo, privo del senso della vita. Era così. Clara, 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 mia luce e mio cuore, l'essenza che mi mancava sei tu. La tua luce mi inonda. Ma lei non può amarmi non così, oh Clara, non amerà un ragazzino, non può amare un ragazzino, Dio, papà. Dormivo, io non sapevo d'essere solo, solo nel buio, non ero vivo, non c'era Clara, ma ora la tua luce mi inonda.
Papà, ne hai ordinate tutte queste?
Ah, sì.
Ciao, Romeo.
Devo sembrare più come un uomo di successo, è più importante, più come Van Johnson.
Van Johnson.
Sì, Van Johnson.
Vuoi assomigliare a Van Johnson? Baudelaire vuole essere Fred Astaire.
Bravo!
No, è troppo tardi.
Sì, troppo tardi.
Resterai un bohemien.
Bohemian.
Ho finito di lavorare per oggi.
Ha finito?
Aiutami, papà.
Magari domani.
No, non può essere domani, deve essere adesso. Ma lei non può amarmi non così, oh Clara, non amerà un ragazzino, non può amare un ragazzino, io, papà. Clara, 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 mia luce e mio cuore, l'essenza che mi mancava sei tu, Clara, 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 mia luce e mio cor, l'essenza che mi mancava sei tu, Clara, 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 mia luce e mio cor, solo nel buio non ero vivo. Oh Dio, datemi via, Clara. Oh Padre, la sua luce.
Madonna mia, ok! Van Johnson.
Mi inonda.
Sei pronto?
Pronto?
Avvoltonati
In bocca al lupo.
Va bene. È così. Guarda. Vai sopra. Gira intorno. Passa dentro. Tira giù.
Ecco, che dice? Prova la mia giacca.
Sì, grazie. Allora, che dite?
Ai. D'accordo, sono una bellissima ragazza americana. Ciao bella. Tu, prendimi quella vita. Sì. Smetterà di agitarti di qua e di là, le mani qui. Sì. Non troppo vicino. Ok? Fallo tu, dai.
Terribile.
È una causa persa.
Oh,
Terribile.
prova tu.
Non fare.
Vieni con me.
Piccolo. Ciao, Van Johnson.
Isn't that something? Look up there at that big old Duomo. You wouldn't want to trip up there, would you? That's a long way down.
Ollie, oxen free! Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Clara,
Fabrizio.
veramente, it is destiny for you, signorina.
Oh, they're beautiful. Thank you. Another look.
No.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Signora,
Milion de grazie.
milione.
Sono cosa bella.
Belli, non bella.
Belli.
Sì. Oh, papà, che fai qui? Signorina Johnson, my father, Signor Naccarelli.
How do you do?
Hello.
He speaks English, not like me.
Oh, your English is wonderful.
Such a coincidence. May I take you perhaps for an aperitivo, signora?
It's a little early in the day.
Certamente. Perhaps you and your daughter will join us later then for a passeggiata in the Piazzale Michelangelo. Sunset. Everybody come there.
We'd love to. Tante grazie.
Well, yes, grazie. I hope we can.
We'll be there waiting.
5 o'clock then.
If we can.
We can.
Grazie, babbo.
Till then.
Clara, I didn't... Ciao.
Ciao. 5 o'clock.
Yes. Ciao.
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 Ciao. 5 o'clock.
You have no idea what it does to me to see her happy like this. But I have to tell them the truth. It cannot continue. I can't allow it. Oh, why is it Roy here? You cannot say no to these people. And they seem too slick, don't they? A father and son team. Come, darling, I think we need to put our feet up back at the hotel.
Okay, then we're gonna meet them at 5 o'clock.
It's all right, honey. He works here.
Molto bene, grazie. Va bene. Sì. Clara.
Such a beautiful blouse.
Such beautiful blouse.
Bene.
Sì.
Clara.
Clara.
Have you had an enjoyable afternoon? Huh?
Have you had enjoyably after...
No. Più musicale. Facile. Have you had an enjoyable afternoon?
Come si dice la sua pelle come il latte?
No, latte.
Oh, sì, your milk.
No milk, non glielo direi prima di
Ragazzi, your milk.
Nothing having to do with the milk. Such a beautiful blouse.
Ah, Franca, buongiorno. Bellissima. Come stai?
Have you had enjoyably afternoon?
Bravo.
Sì, bravo. Cavaliere. Vino rosso? Grazie.
You must know, Clara.
You must know, Clara.
Someday I too
Someday I
will come home.
Will come
after a night spent with another woman, and you will have to wonder if I ever loved you.
Non prendere tutto così sul serio.
Yeah.
Goditi quel che abbiamo, Franca. Perché non ridi?
Vai, stronzo.
Perché si deve litigare. Ridi e gioca. Aspetta! Ciao, Franca!
Clara.
Buongiorno.
Such beautiful a frock.
Oh, thank you.
Sì.
You cut yourself shaving.
Yes, I...
Do you like to shave?
Yes.
Look, a scar.
Oh no, Massombelli, your hair is beautiful.
Oh, no, not my hair, the scar. Scar, how do you say in Italiano?
Bella.
Oh, no, how do you say scar?
Oh sì, cicatrice.
Cicatrice.
Sì, bene. Come si dice in inglese?
Plastic headband.
Plastic headband.
Sì, bene.
Your milk is... your mother.
Oh, over there, Lee.
Bene. Signora.
Your son seems to have the mysterious ability to know where we are going. Before we know, I'm wondering if he is a spy of some sort.
A spy?
Or has one at the hotel.
Well, I cannot say.
Signor Naccarelli.
Florence is to your liking.
Oh, yes, so much history.
In Florence, we have too much history. In America, you are so free. Oh, it is wonderful. Here, if... They are fine, I'm sure.
Well, actually,
Here, if you move a stone in the street...
Oh, yes?
Who comes? Committees, officials. You cannot change it. It is history.
Yes, well...
And even if you say, but it is just this minute fallen on my foot, they show you no pity. But
May
in
I?
America...
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, I am the one who must apologize.
No, not at all. You speak very good English.
No. But once it was better. I have known many Americans during the war. Done certain small things for them in, how you say, liaison during the occupation. I find the Americans very simpatici.
Well, hello. How old are you?
Vuoi fare una passeggiata con me?
Cosa?
Do you want to make to walk? To walking with me on the road in a circle? Bene. Come with me, walk with me, walking in my city. Una passeggiata you and I. See the faces from the daytime talking in the evening. churches shining, see the sky. Now is I am happiness, never I am on happiness. Now is I am happiness. Walk with me in the place that I know. La passeggiata. Now is I am happiness. Never I am unhappiness. Now is I am happiness. With me in the place that I know. La passeggiata. Buonasera.
Ah! You speak Italian.
Oh, Signor Naccarelli.
Yes? You have a charming accent.
Oh, I do.
Yes, but go on.
It's about Clara.
She seems quite lovely to me. Like her mother. You were saying?
That's all right.
Come, Signora. Be very careful, the stairs. Quite steep. Huh?
Your milk is...
My milk is what? What milk?
not milk, it's like milk.
Like snow?
Sì, ma no. No, snow. Non è snow. Is... Here. Come si dice? Here. And here. And also here.
My skin!
Your skin is like milk. I am working in a tile shop next to Arno River. Even though I know he's not big size. See palazzi on the hilltop. Maybe one day live there. Maybe if I said too many times. Now is I am happiness. Walk with me in the place that I live from a child. The place that I know. La passeggiata. Buonasera. Scusami da ritardo. Avevo un piccolo affare.
Sì, possiamo immaginare tutti quale piccolo affare avevi.
Tienici le mani.
Franca.
Da ora in poi non dialosco più.
Ah!
Giuseppe.
Sì.
Butta
Sì,
quella
va
mano
bene,
che-
va bene, va bene.
Butta quella mano. Vieni qua.
Lasciami stare. Signora Johnson, Clara. My mother, Signora Naccarelli.
How do you do? Oops.
You remember my father?
Oh, yes. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno! Welcome.
Hello.
My brother Giuseppe.
How do you do?
Pleasure. Oh,
And his wife, Franca.
Hello.
very well, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Che gorgioso.
Grazie.
Prego.
How I have managed to allow this to drag on even another few days. Woo!
Thank
Oh, here, Signora, you should sit.
Alrighty.
No, dia alla signora Johnson la sede col cuscino. Come, signora, you will sit in the comfortable. Sorry, you were saying.
Clara is right. What a beautiful apartment you have.
Let me show you the apartment, the paintings. Would you like that?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Yes, let her show you the paintings.
They are
Yes,
worthless.
you'll enjoy that.
I'm sorry, you were saying.
Well, while they're out,
Zucchero?
no, thank you. While they're in the other room, yes, a little. Grazie.
Prego.
I'd like to take advantage of...
È la terza volta che la interrompe.
Mi dispiace, eh? Scusi,
Dito! Uffa!
If I could
There
just
is always
mention...
one child who can do nothing right. Have you noticed this?
Well, no. I only have the one.
This one is the older. But he lacks, you say, maturity.
Maturity.
Maturity! See.
Sì.
If only his wife would give him a son, he would learn. Ma.
Well, I'm sure you're right.
She is charming. Your daughter.
Very handsome, your new fellow. You and I are very much alike, I think. You and Fabrizio.
Like you and Giuseppe.
You see, two pairs of lovers. How truly happy you must be. You are the first to set him on his knee. You're the envy of so many girls, and you are the most beautiful so far. The gentle chime of his voice, no other sound, no smile, no face, no choice, and the joy I know you feel. This is something I remember well, my dear. And on your first anniversary, in the piazza where you met, at first it's only a glance, and then his eyes will set upon a girl who's prettier and younger than you. What's to do? Enjoy it. You are free. You have time to spare. The bassinet is empty. The nursery is bare. You can spend his money when there is no money. You can take a lover, but is the one you love? Is the one you love? Isn't he? Oh, truly happy you must beware, for happiness can also scar. For so like me you are, you are.
Thank you.
My son, Fabrizio, he can think of little else but Clara. It will be a sad day for him when you go away.
Oh, yes,
How
of
nice
course.
to think. You would not go at all, but would spend many months here in Firenze. Perhaps take a small villa.
Oh,
Many outsiders do. They never wish to leave.
I have, unfortunately, many responsibilities at home. My house, husband.
What does Signor Johnson do?
He owns part interest in a cigarette company. Cigarettes.
Pall Mall?
No.
Rolly?
No.
Camel?
No.
Winston?
No, with Signor Naccarelli, I should really tell you about all this. The two of them.
Yes, it is so sudden.
Yes, sì, è vero. I'm trying, though, to...
You are not trying, you are
speak
doing.
about...
You must be a very fast learner.
Oh, no.
Yes.
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 Well, I mean, on another subject.
Yes, another subject.
Clara and Fabrizio.
Sì.
Yes. I fear...
We too are fearful. Anche lei, molto prudente. I giovani vanno troppo in fretta.
Se devi andare in porto, meglio procedere con calma.
Yes, we must proceed more slowly.
Well, that's just it. Clara...
Oh, che brava ragazza. E così innocente.
See, but Clara is not necessarily like most American girls.
Clara non è come le altre ragazze americane.
Bene. È una ragazza all'antica, ben educata.
My wife respects
I
this.
have something I must
She has
tell
always
you.
felt that it
You
is
must
very, very
please do
important.
hear me out now.
By all means.
Clara is a special child. That's all. That's all.
This is excellente.
Oh, grazie.
So much of what we hear and read about American women, young women, is not what we would consider to be necessarily the right kind of woman for our son.
Yes,
and we very much respect your caution. The human heart is mysterious and sometimes also dangerous. Lucky strike.
You all right? What's the matter?
Look at me.
Yes, che bella.
Just look at me.
Of course. Shh. You are fine. I must see you alone. Meet me here, near the hotel, tonight at midnight. You can get away? See.
Something happened. Something in the other room confused her. The truth is, that's my job, to calm her when she's like that, to know when and how to. But, well, apparently...
Signora Johnson, mio figlio è bravo, capisce? Oh, Giuseppe no.
Dai, mamma!
Fabrizio è bravo, Giuseppe no.
Mamma, super piacere!
Fabrizio va in chiesa, capisce?
Sì.
È bravo, capisce, signora? Sembra così felice.
We have wondered if perhaps Clara does not wish to leave Firenze.
It is clear she doesn't, but
My wife thinks they might be happy together here. Always.
Sì.
slowly.
Of course, Signora. Yes.
Well, hello? Hello, is someone there?
Roy, it's Margaret.
Well,
Roy.
it didn't ring.
What?
No, it didn't ring the
There's
phone.
a delay. Hello?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's good to hear from you. How is it?
Wonderful.
Oh, no, honey, you have to speak up.
Clara's sleeping. I don't want to wake her.
Well, did you go to our monastery?
Oh, not yet. I want to.
Uh-huh.
Very much. But, I wanted to tell you we met some very nice people. Florentines. From Florence.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, this delay. Their names are Naccarelli. They have a son about Clara's age.
Uh-huh.
I know.
Well, yes, you just don't want anybody to get the wrong idea, that's all.
I know. It is just I meant it's nice to meet some nice people.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't know you know how nice they really are in so short a time.
They're Italian, Roy. They're nice people. They all are very friendly people.
Uh-huh. Well, you know what's best. Listen, honey, I have a dinner appointment with Harbison.
Sorry. I miss you.
Yes, I miss you too.
Roy.
Yes.
I mean it, I do. Miss you.
Well, I assumed you meant it.
I know, it's just... It's hard to be back here without you. The war, when we were apart.
Uh-huh.
When we had to be, that is, and Clara was first.
Yes?
I keep thinking of us then, you know, forced apart. And now...
Well, yes, I know.
I know. You couldn't get away. It isn't that. It's not that I don't understand. I don't know what I'm saying. Do you?
Know what you're saying?
No, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yes, well, you know I really should be
Wait,
going.
honey, please don't hang up.
Well, what is it, honey? You know, I can't keep Harbison waiting too long. He is chairman of the board.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's all right, but somebody's got to pay for this trip. Unless you want to dip into your savings. What is it?
Nothing.
You're sure?
Don't be late.
Margaret, you put an end to that. Whatever's going on over there, you hear me? Now, you take care.
You dashing as the day we met, only there is something I don't recognize, though I cannot name it yet. I know it. Beautiful is what you are, only somehow wearing a frightening disguise. I can see the winter in your eyes now, telling me, thank you, we're done here, not much to say. We are together, but I have had dividing day. So when was this day? Was it on the church step? Suddenly you're out of love. Does it go creeping slowly? When was your dividing day? then right away, were you lying next to me, hiding what you couldn't say? How could I have guessed? Was my cheek upon your chest? An ocean away. When was dividing day?
After fountain, go to Arno making left, then left again to Tornabuoni. All along and then you see Museo.
After lobby, after fountain, go to Arno making left and left again to Tornabuoni. All along and then you see Museo. Right, after lobby, after fountain, go to Arno making left and left again to Tornabuoni. All along and then you see Museo. I wait for you in courtyard of Museo, which is looking like a garden. Ciao, Fabrizio. Ha!
Buonasera.
Crap. That was a silly thing to do, Clara. I memorized it. Concentrate, Clara. La 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 la.
Ciao! Ti sei perduta? Cara!
Ciao! Cara, that means dear. That means dear.
Dici l'unico becco che voglio.
Oh dear. Oh crap. I know where I am.
Do you look for the Medici Palace?
No, thank you. So no, Felicia. I'm fine. Fabrizio Naccarelli. Fabrizio. He's waiting for me. He's waiting for me. Clara Johnson, 142 East Lake Street. Clara Johnson, 142 East Lake Street. Clara Johnson, 142 East.
It's all right, I'm here. I'm her mother, Margaret. Bene, va bene, grazie.
Little Clara, no more crying, Mama, here now, baby Clara, baby Clara. Little Clara.
Clara, where were you going?
I went to get ice cream.
Darling, you know we don't tell each other stories. I want you to lie here and go to sleep. Don't you worry about a thing. You're safe now. I'll be nearby.
There's a moon on a hill lagoon and a red horizon dream, silhouette set away from time forever. There's a valley beyond a setting sun where waters shine and horses run.
It's always so difficult. Roy and I don't even discuss it anymore. It's just a fact of life, like the weather. When Clara was 10, we rented a Shetland pony for her birthday party, and the pony kicked her. The doctors told us that her mental and emotional capacities would not develop normally, but her body would continue to develop. So, if the Naccarellis find out, she'll be smashed up for good. We have to get out of here first thing. Whew. It's for nights like this that hotel bars were specifically developed.
Fabrizio.
I'll wait for you. What happened to you?
My mother.
She is here?
No. Come in. Sit.
No.
Enter.
No, I think you have gone. I am afraid something.
Don't be. Come.
No, I should not. You are alone.
Insisto. I want you to. She won't mind.
I think maybe you have decided. Non sono adatto per te.
Not good enough? Of course you are.
I think maybe you have met someone better.
No!
I don't know. How do I know? It is, I think, impossible for me to say what I feel. I am so tiresome to talk. To say what I don't know how to.
I always understand.
If I could say in Italiano, it would be best.
Then do. Then say.
No, no.
Why don't you trace it on my hand or make a song? Do anything. Say it somehow, I will understand. I know you are good.
sound inside you, this I know. It's like a melody, like there you go just now. Say it somehow, somehow you can show me. Say it somehow, anywhere you can. You know me, you are good.
Oh, you are good. You are good to me.
I know the sound of touch me. I think I hear the sound of wrap your arms around me. Shout and dance in rings.
Or say it silently.
Tell me things. Oh, if making stresses on my skin. Do it anyway, but let's begin. Do it somehow, somehow you can show me. I know that you know me.
Will you marry me?
No, it must be mine to ask it.
Ask it then.
I wish to be the one to decide.
Decide.
Will you?
Yes.
Marry me.
Yes.
You are good to me. I know the sound of touch me. I think I hear the sound of wrap your arms around me. Tell me things.
It's intermission here at the Vivian Beaumont Theater, where we've joined Lincoln Center Theater for tonight's broadcast of The Lights in the Piazza. Act 2 will begin in just a few minutes. We recently spoke with composer Adam Gettle and with members of the cast about their award-winning collaboration. Once again, here's Beverly Sills.
Having spent a little time backstage myself, I can tell you that even in the world of opera, it isn't usually very dramatic. It's busy, and sometimes a little more than that. But generally, what goes on back there is about hard work. Most of the high drama and larger-than-life emotions happen in front of the audience, on stage. But as I said earlier, there is something about The Light in the Piazza. It's not simply that the musical made a big splash and got rave reviews. When you go behind the curtain, it's immediately obvious, as you'll see for yourself. This is more like a family than a group of colleagues. Maybe it's something to do with leaving home for a trip to a place as wonderfully transforming as Italy. When Adam Gettle talks about the Italian language in the play, he explains that he wanted the audience to feel what it's like to be in a strange and different land. This whole group seems to be on a trip to a distant and very romantic country, and they all seem to be deeply affected by the characters they bring to life every night. Getting to know them a little is interesting and fun, and we'll see the second act through different eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 5-minute call. 5 minutes until the top of Act 2. 5 minutes, please. 5.
You're everywhere. Is this fun? It is. Fantastic.
I always laugh when, we come out on stage, and from the audience's point of view, all you see is that moment when the actor walks on stage and everything seems so perfect and serene, and what you didn't see was the actor sprinting down the hallway with, half of their wig falling off and, a broken heel, just trying to, and since they're walking on stage, everything's copacetic.
I have to run all the way upstage to the opposite corner of the stage and then turn around and run back and forth. And actually, I paced it out. It's 3 miles every show for me, including the backstage quick changes and all the running.
Stage magic. Jets. Okay, I have to glue my wig.
We're not really doing life in Piazza. We're going to elect a new pope.
I think The Light in the Piazza is a musical because it's, at its core, about the nature of love. And every song is a love song. And the word love, there's only really one word for that in our language, in English, but in music, there are an infinite number of ways of saying that word.
All the couples have, from my point of view, they're in a different place in the journey of love. There's the young ones are sort of in the spring of love, and Franca and Giuseppe are really in the heat of the summer of their love, and the fall for me is really the Italian parents, and then Margaret and Roy are that winter of relationship. No matter where you are in the journey of love in your life, there's somebody up on stage that you can relate to.
The Light in the Piazza really means the experience of love in the air, the oxygen of love, that everything is love when you're falling in love, when you're in love. So it's like light. It's just photons just flying radically all over.
Risk is everything. And I think that that's the universal language of this piece, because love is risk. Totally. No matter in what level that you're experiencing it, it's always a risk, but worth taking. Always worth taking.
Fabrizio has grown up. No matter what happens, you have me forever. You're not alone. And he sort of comes into his own manhood and owns it for the first time.
There are very few times in my life, or in any actor's life, where there is an intersection between an actor and a role, where you feel like what you have to say as an actor is provided to you with the text and the music. So I've reached the point in my life where there's something very specific I want to say as a person, as Vicky, and also as an artist. And it has to do with forgiveness. It has to do with allowing yourself to let go of a burden that you carry. And it's really important for me to say as a person. And so here comes along this role, which actually intersects with my personal spiritual philosophy. And I'm actually able, as this character, to say what I want to say. The only downside of this character is the tremendous amount of toll that it takes on me emotionally. My heart breaks every time. My heart, so it's given my heart a real workout.
Mother, what happened here? I think they were a little unsure of this little 21-year-old coming up from Texas with no clue, but everyone really open arms. I graduated and opened on Broadway within a week of each other. Just as Clara is a little bit lost in this new amazing world, Katie was pretty lost in the new world of Broadway, so it was pretty easy to go to those places and just experience the newness and the excitement and the beauty of Italy as Clara, was pretty much paralleling what I felt coming in, just excited and open, and I was not pretending. It was just what I was living at the time, so. I received it on a Saturday and my audition was on a Tuesday, so I learned this music in that amount of time. And I just went in there and performed it. I had no idea what went on stage at that point because I had never seen the show. I auditioned in the afternoon and I saw the show that night. It was breathtaking. It was just eye candy. Everything on the stage was so beautiful and a little overwhelming to think that I was up in those ranks, or possibly. It was so exciting for me to come into my first Broadway show and see that everyone is just lovely and nice and genuine. So everyone took me under their wing, and I never got to be a waitress. I went straight from college to Broadway.
There's an absolute interaction between everybody off stage, pretty much on a constant basis. You step off stage and you kind of just go and talk about either what just happened in the scene and how can we fix that and how can we make that better. That's one of the best parts of being a part of this particular company, and what keeps this show, I think, in such great shape is that everybody is for the most part really trying to improve on what we're doing all the time.
It shows on stage that it's not just about an onstage relationship, and you see backstage at a theater, it varies from show to show, but this is really a family, and these people know each other pretty well. There are people that we feel like mentors sometimes, we feel like best friends sometimes.
So I've experienced everything from really just kind of rowdy fun backstage at Oklahoma to much more contained adults and fandom. People have been with the show for a really long time, and it's much quieter and everybody kind of keeps to themselves, versus here, everybody is a family.
There is also that sense that you're all here for the same purpose, which is that there's this work that you're doing that's it's a wonderful piece of work and that we all love, and it makes it easier to get along in a way. Everybody has a little star turn in the piece, I think. Everybody has their wonderful moment in the piece, but it certainly requires that everybody be on the same page and working in the same style all the way through the piece for it to work, I think.
We've become like a big family, and we do have a very, very good time. It's a very happy place to be.
In a moment, we'll take a short break from the Vivian Beaumont Theater at Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts. We'll be back with the second half of our intermission and Act 2 of Lincoln Center Theater's The Light in the Piazza right after this.
Live from Lincoln Center is made possible by a major grant from MetLife, the company that's committed to help you achieve financial freedom. Have you met life today? And with additional support from Thomas H. Lee and Ann Tenenbaum. The Robert Wood Johnson Jr. Charitable Trust, dedicated to enriching the lives of all Americans through medical research, education, and the arts. The Robert and Renee Belfer Family Foundation. The Fan Fox and Leslie R. Samuels Foundation. The Irene Diamond Fund. And the National Endowment for the Arts.
This PBS show will return in a moment.
Dance in America spotlights one of our most exciting dance companies, the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, as Alvin Ailey's legacy and artistic director Judith Jamison's vision move it into the future.
Let's dance.
Black people dance at home.
Go beyond the steps with Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater on Great Performances.
It's an all-new Great Performances, Wednesday at 8 on KCET. Gas is almost $4 a gallon. Filling your tank is becoming costly. Drive an SUV and it really gets expensive. But what if you could get over 60 miles per gallon and pay less than $8 to fill up? Well, you may be in luck. KCET is offering a chance to win a brand new Vespa LX scooter when you enter our web-only Vespa sweepstakes between now and June 30th, the end of our fiscal year. To be automatically entered for a chance to win this classic Italian motor scooter, the Vespa LX, subscribe online at kcet.org before June 30th and help KCET meet its year-end goals.
And now we return backstage to uncover the mystery of hat flight. The art of making headgear move might seem like an unusual hobby to some, but without it, tonight's story would be very different. There is a great deal that goes into this production, including some tricky stagecraft. But these folks are not just hard-working pros who have come together for the run of a play. It just can't be a happy coincidence that people who work together so successfully to draw us into their story are as much a family backstage as on the stage. Of course, there are two families on stage, an American family visiting Italy and the Italian family who become fatefully intertwined with the tourists. And now it's time to rejoin family number 3, who live in the real world most of the time. What we find behind the curtain are people with very different talents who share a special affection for this play. Why they do will be fully revealed in Act 2.
The light will go on, the actors will come by, and I adjust the ropes. I stand here like this. As soon as the light goes, I pull as hard as I can in. I grab the rope, it picks me up in the air. I drift back down, I pull it as hard as I can in again. That's all there is to it.
Blue warning on sound, warning on fan and leaves. Lights 48 and leaves. Go. Fan out. Go. Lights 49. Go.
Fabrizio, Naccarelli.
My Italian's non-existent, except in the show.
As this plot opens, our audience is in the same position as our two protagonists, Margaret and Clara. They come to a country where they do not speak the language, and they have to make their way and glean from behavior, circumstance, and even pitch, if you will, what's going on and how to make their way and how to succeed.
It was important for me, especially in that aria, to it was a conscious choice to kind of use some gestures for certain words when I refer to, in Il Mondo in the aria, when I refer to mio cor, my heart, you know, just little things that I can do to sort of indicate at times without overdoing it on the gestures so that the audience can follow the story of the song, even if they don't speak Italian.
So it was a more evolved version of this problem. How do you deal with people who do not speak English? Do you do the convention that you've always seen when people go to a foreign country in old movies? People from that land just speak English with an accent, and it seemed like we should embrace the language barrier since it's a very important plot point.
It's like going to a foreign country and trying to understand what somebody's saying to you. It's also the metaphor for the piece itself, which is there are two worlds that are existing in this piece. And they ultimately become one because the woman, in this case Margaret Johnson, sees that it's a world that she misses desperately in her own life, a world that allows love and anger and every other human emotion to be expressed very freely.
So Franca and Giuseppe, when they become so passionate, they would never do it in English, and I think it would be compromised if they were fighting. And if you speak your native language when your emotions escalate, and I think that that's why it's so satisfying for the audience to see us in the heat of passion, you know, really communicating effectively in the way that we know how. And I think it lends an authenticity to the way that we communicate that you can't get any other way. I really love the language in the show.
There's a language barrier, which is an essential part of not only what makes it intriguing for Clara and Fabrizio and what draws them to each other, but an important impediment to the potential success of their marriage. We will see about that. It's also an aid to them getting together in the sense that because they don't speak the same language, Fabrizio doesn't immediately understand the depth or the challenges that Clara faces and that he will face by extension. And the Italian itself, as I said, is a wonderful place to live. If you're making a piece that is not cynical and you want to write about love, it is certainly a culture that gives itself to that and that you feel very comfortable expressing those things in.
3.5 years ago, we sat down with the script in Adam's loft, and it was just a week of working. It was a workshop to work on the piece. Very informal, just getting a feel for it. And I, you know, she was from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I just looked over at Craig and Adam and I said, "Do you want me to do the dialect? Because I know it very well." And they looked at each other and they said, "Sure, yeah, try it." And it never changed, because there's something so specific when you hear her say. I mean, if I said those lines in my own voice, it wouldn't be as specific as it's very musical. That dialect is like, you know, I was thinking, and it just goes around and it's real expressive, and it gives a musicality to the speech in the show. My father's family all comes from North Carolina, and my mom's family all comes from Tennessee. This role is really a way for me to thank all the strong women in my family, and there are very specific pieces of each of them in this part.
For the role of Franca, I am channeling my grandmother, my abuelita. I'm half Basque, and my grandmother was from Spain. And there's a very similar sensibility, sort of passion and, you know, quick to roar, but, you know, very loving and very warm at the same time. So I was really able to use, her name is Maria, and I used Maria for a lot of it. And then I just sort of had to change the accent so it was a little more of an Italian sound.
It's funny, when I knew from the very first day I came in on this that, I don't want to say I knew that I had it, but I knew that that I knew this guy. And I said, you know, I'm from North Carolina. This guy's from North Carolina. I said, I know him very well. I grew up around him. I based him on my uncles, you know, these Southern gentlemen, businessmen, who are very much in the real world. And Roy is very much the voice of the real world in this play.
This goes back to my relatives. I'm Greek. And a lot of my uncles, they're the kind of people that if you were in trouble, that's who you'd call, because you know that they would be there immediately. But at the same time, they drive you crazy, because if they're pissed off at you, they scream, they yell. If there's a problem, you know it. But then it's over. It's done with.
Well, the beginning of the second act opens with Aiutami, and it's all of the Italians just letting it out. It's not really supposed to be reality. It's what we're all feeling and what all of our emotions and our passions are at that moment.
It's deliberately over the top because this is an adolescent boy or a very young adult in the first throes of his first enormous, blooming, ecstatic love. And so music is there to make an imprint of that.
It was a dialect thing, to present it with an Italian dialect. You know, and I did that for a while, but he decided that if we're going to smash the wall, as they say, shatter it, then go ahead and speak like one of the audience, to the audience.
It's a very complex quintet, 5 people singing, the family, and they're all basically expressing what it is that their problem is at that particular moment.
It's great because so much of the show you're holding in what you're feeling, or there's a lot of subtleties and layers, and at that moment in Aiutami, everybody can just go, ah, and just let it out.
Intermission has come to an end here at the Vivian Beaumont Theater, and live from Lincoln Center is pleased to bring you the final act of The Light in the Piazza.
Now, darling, Rome is where Julius Caesar was stabbed to death. Right here in the Forum. Some people like Rome more than Florence. I thought you would really enjoy it here. I thought we could use a change of scenery.
He asked me to marry him, and I said yes. It was wrong to leave without saying goodbye. Don't you understand?
Look at the light. The way it hits those caves up there, do you see? It's like a miracle. Wouldn't that make a good drawing? Did you leave your sketch pad? Huh? Well, I'll be over here. I want to look at this temple.
Aiutami! Aiutami! Abbi pietà! Abbi pietà! Che sciocolato! Son perduto! Oh, Signore! Oh, che guaio! Che cosa ho fatto? Oh, Signore, salvami! Dov'era la mia testa? L'ho perduto la mia amor! Aiutami! Aiutami! Oh, che guaio! Che cosa ho fatto? Oh, Signore, salvami! Dov'era la mia testa? L'ho perduto la mia amor! Per un bacio, che cosa ho vietato? Che cosa ho vissuto?
Aiutami means help me in Italian. I don't speak English, but I have to tell you what's going on. Fabrizio, he thinks he wants to die. He thinks he ruined everything. His father says that this will pass. Giuseppe asks was she as sweet as she looks, and Franca also wants to know in her own special way. Here is what I know, what I do. I let them boil and simmer and stew, and I don't reveal myself. If there are suspicions, I encourage them. If there are rages, I say, louder, please, louder. Does father cheat on mother? She suspects. Does father know that she suspects? He suspects. Risk is everything. Without risk, there is no drama. Without drama, there is no ayutin. Without asking for help, no love, no love. So, give me suspicion. That's good. Give me tears. Yes, so give me shouting.
Darling, listen to this. Please stop that. That's illegal. The triumphal arch of Septimius Severus was erected in AD 203 in honor of the Roman emperor recently victorious over the Parthians. Please, Clara, I asked you to stop. Just imagine what that must have been like. Huh? A gold-colored chariot with the sunlight hitting it right there, casting shadows and riding off into the sky like that with 6 horses. Clara, are you listening to me at all? I thought you'd be interested in all the things your father and I did when we were here. I thought this was going to be you and me. All right, let's go back to the hotel.
No. I don't want to go back to the hotel.
What do you want to do?
No. I don't want to do what you want me to do.
Well, darling, that's too bad.
Always.
That's only because you don't always know how to take care of yourself.
But I do.
You don't know what you need, and I'm sorry to have to say it.
No, you're not. You're not sorry at all. Look at you. You're happy.
Stop this now. How can you even think that?
Because you are. You're happy to be the one that knows everything I need and has the final word. It's clear.
I am not.
I don't care what you are, honestly,
You
Mother.
cannot marry Fabrizio, and you won't say another word.
Stop me.
Shh. All right now.
You ignore what I say.
Clara.
You ignore what I want. You make things up the way you want them. You lie about things.
I do not.
Yes.
No.
Yes. To everyone. How we all love one another. Daddy doesn't love you. Look in his eyes for once. Look at yourself in the mirror. I don't see a miracle shining from the sky. I'm no good at statues and stories. I try. That's not what I think about. That's not what I see. I know what the sunlight can be. The light in the piazza. Tiny, sweet, and then it grows, and then it fills the air. Who knows what you call it? I don't care. Out of somewhere, I have something I have never had, and sad is happy. That's all I see. The light in the piazza. The light in the piazza. It's rushing up. It's pouring out. It's flying through the air. Who knows what you call it? But it's there. It is there. All I see is, all I want is tearing from inside. I see it. I see it. It's everywhere. It's everything and everywhere. Fabrizio.
If I call Roy now, I'll have to tell him the truth, and I have no idea what that is. Not at this moment, I do not. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of being the only one here who always says no to her. Even though, if it is in her best interest, maybe I don't need to be the one to decide. Maybe she has grown. She speaks Italian now. If I call Roy, he'll be on a plane, and not only will everything in Italy seem designed to annoy him, he will spoil everything. He won't mean to, but he will. And my dream for Clara, Clara's dream for Clara will lie in little pieces all around us. You know, I think there are still a great many wonders left to be seen in Florence.
Clearly, they wish to marry.
Yes.
Your husband will, of course, come here for the ceremony.
He hopes very much to be able to attend, but there do seem to be some extreme difficulties in his work right now.
Difficulties?
Yes, he is becoming the Signor Vice President.
Ah. We should all suffer such difficulties.
Yes.
How does your husband feel about all this?
He has written to me suggesting a $5,000 dowry for the children upon wedding.
Oh.
It will have to be my money, but so what? It's mine.
Clara, of course, must convert to Catholicism.
Yes, of course.
Equatenus masculinum, et femininam se mutuo complain.
Equatenum masculinus.
Equatenus masculinum.
Equatenus masculinum.
Sì, bene, ecco. Equatenus masculinum, et femininam se mutuo complaint. Unitas tuorum.
You can almost hear what everyone's feeling.
Unam o carne viret mulier sin creas.
Suspended summer nights, they in flights that only fall can be.
Politi sunt ad Deo.
I am suddenly alive. I would sail across the moon for just the color of your eyes. You are here.
Alice,
Only oxen free. Sorry.
O sexo simpus meis e canone canadea.
Buongiorno.
I am suddenly alone.
I would sail across the world to know the horror of your arms. Non est bonum esse hominem solum. You are
Non mi fiato.
Ascolta,
È ora che
Fabrizio,
Hey, you stop right now, you move away from him. Oh, I see you steal. You're a thief, you're a rotten thief, you want to steal him away from him. You stand over there.
like it that way. She's family.
I will. She can't. He's mine. You're not in charge of me. Why? Because I say so. No, you saw it. I know you saw her kiss him like he kisses me. Go ahead and stare. Jesus, this is so unfair.
She's joking.
Joking? I'm not joking. You love me. You love me. Why were you just sitting there? Now, here is your husband, here is your wife. You should be standing side by side. Don't you have a house? Where are your babies? There's a way to behave, there's a nice way to behave. It's what nice people do, and that's how it should be. That's how people meet and fall in love, and how it should be. Forever, you go near him one more time, you're dead. Oh. I apologize.
She is right. Right to fight for him. Please, everyone. Giuseppe and I are so happy for you both. Clara, Fabrizio, we should all fight for our love. I would fight for Giuseppe.
Cosa?
And he would fight. Yes. Agli innamorati.
Agli innamorati. Alla bellezza della vita.
La bellezza della vita.
To the beauty of life.
La dama d'onore va qui.
The matron of honor goes here.
Il testimone va qui.
The, how you say, first man,
Best man.
best man. Here.
Lo sposo e la sposa devono fare come abbiamo discusso. Se verrà
The vows will be exchanged.
Where's the ring? This is the rehearsal, darling.
The what?
Tomorrow is the ring.
The shock of winter, the coming on of spring, that melting air, the sun, the rain, an empty bed, a scent, a sound, a chance to drink me. I am suddenly till I can be alone with you. That is what you do. You want me. You want me.
Quando sarà finita la cerimonia?
When the ceremony ends,
Uscite a destra.
we should all file out to the right.
Ecco in modo da compilare.
And here are the forms for you both. Clara, Fabrizio, in Firenze, one must always complete out a form. Here, you cannot even become a corpse until you first complete out a form. It is, how you say?
Bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy.
See. Citizenship. You ask your age. I know. Is everything all right?
Andiamo a casa. Non ci sarà nessun matrimonio.
No.
Non chiedetemi niente. Su, andiamo a casa.
Ma perché?
Perché lo dico io! E non fatemi più domande.
Che cosa gli diremo?
Non gli diciamo niente, assolutamente
No,
niente.
ma papà. Non possiamo non fare nulla.
Diremo loro che ho dimenticato un appuntamento molto importante.
What's the matter?
My father forget. Remember the abundance. Tomorrow, domani, mi dispiace. I speak with him. It will be everything perfetto.
No. Mi dispiace.
What happened?
I am so sorry.
It's all right, darling. They just forgot something.
Something is wrong.
No. I'm sure it's nothing.
Whew. Something is wrong with me.
Of course not.
Yes. He couldn't look me in the eye. None of them could. It's happened before. Why? Why won't they look at me?
No one with a dream should come to Italy. No matter how dead and buried you think it is. Italy, this is where Italy will get you. You forget. Now it's all happening again. I'm doing it again. I've done it. The same as that day, Clara and her friends were leading the pony around the backyard. I was there. And the phone rang. I ran to get it, and then I heard. I turned, and the pony kicked her. Here she fell. It seemed to take forever for her to. Those moments when momentous things happen, so much wanting something, so much reaching for it, so much wishing just to have one moment back, so much being patient, so much blind acceptance. I know, no, I don't know. A mother here in Italy, a mother here alone. I thought if I had a child, I would take such care of her. So much reaching for it, so much holding breath and keeping fingers crossed, watching over my little lost girl. If I could, then I would paint it over. I would be there and I wouldn't turn away. If I only had a chance, do not turn away. And the beauty is, the beauty is, I know what I have to do. Buonasera.
Ah,
Come va, il Signore?
I saw today. Why did you not tell me? What can you be thinking
I
of?
thought it wouldn't matter.
It is
I
too
thought we
much. I saw her writing on the papers.
Well, her writing has always looked childlike, I know.
If she were 12
It's
years
deplorable.
old, it would be better than this.
I know.
But she is not 12 years
You
old.
can't
eh?
imagine how often I tried to tell you. Even that first tea at your home earlier, I tried to tell you. It's always... I'm sorry.
I saw her write her age on the papers. 2, 3 years, where there is love, where there is agreement. I say it is all right, but no. It is too much. It is to make the fantastic.
What is?
You must have understood! My son Fabrizio is 20 years old, no more. With my own 2 eyes, I see she write 26. 6 years difference. It cannot be. In that moment, I asked myself, what must I say? What can I do? It will be too late. What to do? I make the excuse an appointment. I see this in the American cinema. It was not true. I have lied. I tell you frankly.
They seem so much the same age to me. So happy.
It cannot be. I pass an afternoon of torment, an inferno. As I am a man, as I am a Florentine, as I am a father, as I long for my son's happiness.
In America, we have seen many, many happy marriages with an even greater difference. Clara, she has been very carefully brought up. She had a long illness some years ago. To me, she seemed even younger than Fabrizio.
What is this illness? How am I to know she's cured of it?
You see her. She is as healthy as she seems. Don't you realize they are in love? Whatever their ages, they're both young. This is a deep thing, a true thing. To try to stop what is between them now.
Try to stop. My dear lady, I will stop whatever I wish to stop.
Fabrizio is...
Fabrizio! So now you think of someone else. He will try to kill himself, as I once did. It is only to grow up. Huh? No, impossibile. No, it cannot be. Will not.
This is all too bad, because I received a letter today from Signor Johnson, and instead of $5,000, he wants to make Clara and Fabrizio a present of $15,000.
So, now you will write and explain everything, and that this wedding cannot be.
Yes, of course. Can we take a walk? Una passeggiata. Together.
I have lived long enough, I think, to close my own shop when I like.
Yes, good for you.
I look at him, and that was me. The blindness and the energy. I want to say, here, come this way.
When we are at a certain age, we almost fall on purpose, fall with all our might. And then it is all right. But what do I know of the road to be taken for happiness?
Let's walk.
Let's walk.
Let's walk.
Let's walk.
Let's walk.
Let's see. The rest will be.
And after that, we might as well walk.
When I was younger, I was she, the innocence, the fantasy, but it's okay, that goes away.
That's how I was, the way they are, the way they love to worry so all through the night, when everything's all right. But what can we say? They are made of tomorrow and yesterday. Let's walk, it's true, let's see, let's walk beyond our vanity. No one knows, we only guess, just a leap for happiness, for happiness, happiness. You never know We might as well walk.
We might as well walk. We might as well walk.
As my mother used to say, non è dato a noi di sapere tutto. It is not given for us to know everything.
Ah. My father used to say, there is no survey of the facts like time.
Yes. Meaning?
Here we are, my hotel.
Tomorrow, then, at the church.
Tomorrow. Roy, listen to me. I don't want to wake her, that's all. She's getting married.
Who's getting married?
I'm letting Clara marry Fabrizio.
Well, I'm getting on a plane right now.
No, they'll be on their honeymoon.
Well, you've been drinking. What have you been drinking?
The family loves her just as she is. They are well-bred and well-off.
Clara cannot be trusted with the responsibility of a family.
I'm not asking you, Roy. I'm telling you.
She cannot! Do they know?
It doesn't matter to me whether they know or not. They love
She's
her.
a handicapped person, Margaret. Oh, Jesus, I thought we were through with this.
Just because she isn't normal, Roy, doesn't mean she's consigned to a life of loneliness. She mustn't be made to accept less from life just because she isn't like you or me.
No, if she has a baby, she'll drop it. She'll lose it.
She'll be living with a grandmother.
If they don't know,
Who's going to take care of her when we're
if they
gone?
don't know and they find out, they could institute legal action. Do you understand me? Do you think she'd survive the shock of that?
You haven't been here, honey. You haven't seen she's blossoming. Maybe the doctors were wrong about how much she can develop.
Wrong.
Yes. Why can't we hope for once instead of dreading everything?
I'm calling a taxi and I'm getting on a plane right
Please
now.
don't.
This is lunacy.
They have something precious, the two of them, a deep well of feeling, something we never had.
I thought we did.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh. What are you sorry for?
Us.
you listen to reason?
No.
What?
I said no, Roy. Reason is what's wrong with us.
Reason is
Don't
the only...
come here. We won't be
Well,
here.
what?
We'll be gone.
Gone where?
I love you.
No, gone where? Hello?
Clara? Darling?
Tesoro mio.
I came to say addio.
Addio.
You cannot marry me.
Of course I can. Papa was being foolish.
It isn't that.
What? What then?
Something is wrong.
What?
I don't know. Something is very wrong, and I'm sorry. I would fix it if I could. Knew how. I can't. You must not love me. I'm sorry.
I am not sorry.
You should be.
No.
Yes. You would be disappointed in me.
How would I be disappointed?
You just don't see me.
The day we meet, the way you lean against the wind, and do not know that you are beautiful, or that anyone is watching you. This is what I see. And I notice how you hunger for surprise, and do not think that you are tall enough. Like you're standing on a mountainside alone. This is what I see. Oh. Since that moment in a square, when your heart is carried in the air, just so you can chase it, just so I can be there. This is how I know, this is what I see. This is love to me.
I can't leave you.
Yes, you can.
You can look in the forest for a secret field, for a golden arrow, for a prince to appear, for a fable of love that will last forever. You can look in the ruins for a wishing well, for a magic apple, for a charioteer, for a fable of love that will carry you to a moon on a hill, to a hidden stream, a lagoon, and a red horizon dream. Silhouette set away from time forever, to a valley beyond a setting sun, where waters shine and horses run, where there's a man who looks for you. But while you look, you are changing, turning. You're a well of wishes, you're a fallen apple. No, love's a fake, love's a fable. Just a painting on a ceiling, just a children's fairy tale. Still you have to run and look 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 for the eyes on a bridge in a pouring rain. Not the eyes, but the part you can't explain. For the arms you could fall into forever. For the joy that you thought you'd never know. For here at last away you go to a man who looks for you. If you find in the world, in the wide, wide world, that someone sees, that someone knows you, love if you can, oh my Clara, love if you can, and be loved. May it last forever. Clara, the light in the piazza.
The Lights in the Piazza. The musical The Light in the Piazza, written by Craig Lucas, music and lyrics by Adam Gettle. Beau Gravitte played Roy Johnson. Michael Berresse and Sarah Uriarte Berry and Giuseppe and Franca Naccarelli. Patti Cohenour and Chris Sarandon as Signora and Signor Naccarelli. Lazar as Fabrizio Naccarelli. Clarke as Clara Johnson. Clarke, who joined the cast in December, just 2 days after graduating from Sam Houston University, and Victoria Clarke, who won a Tony for her role as Margaret Johnson. A standing ovation here at Lincoln Center Theater for the entire cast of The Light in the Piazza. The Light in the Piazza, based on a 1960 novel by Elizabeth Spencer. A few years ago, the mother of composer Adam Gettle suggested that we take a look at that novel. Gettle fell in love with what he called the emotional ambition of the story, not a simple love story with an unambiguously happy ending. Part of the satisfaction for Adam Gettle, and now for us in the audience, is that very ambiguity of the story. Yes, it ends with a marriage, but this is no portrait of untroubled, happily ever after love. As the New York Times review in April of 2005 pointed out, The Light in the Piazza considers love as a many-flavored thing, from sugary to sour. And because of that, perhaps we recognize the stories of our own lives and our own loves reflected in The Light in the Piazza. I'm Fred Child. From Lincoln Center in New York City, thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful night.
Live from Lincoln Center was made possible by a major grant from MetLife, the company that's committed to help you achieve financial freedom. Have you met life today? And with additional support from Thomas H. Lee and Ann Tenenbaum. The Robert Wood Johnson Jr. Charitable Trust, dedicated to enriching the lives of all Americans through medical research, education, and the arts. The Robert and Renee Belfer Family Foundation. The Fan Fox and Leslie R. Samuels Foundation. The Irene Diamond Fund. And the National Endowment for the Arts.